So when he had to go to, I came in on a Sunday, I never forget.
And me.
And the Monday morning, then he had to go to work. So when most of the night, he's telling me the different roads and where I could walk, go, but I mustn't walk, go too far and things like that. Which I didn't even come out because it was October when I came, and it was cold.
October was cold.
Cold. And in the years, it used to start snow from October.
Yeah.
So November, December, snow on the road. So I hardly go out. And then you look outside the road. I come out and he says, all right, you always hold the key in, you put your key in your bag. That you know you have your key, you could come back in. And I come out at the door and I slip like that. It's rough. And I step back in and go back. He had a radio and I put the radio on. And we never have no telly then.
That made me laugh.
And then you look out at the window and you see all the houses on both sides of the road. And it's like smoke coming out of them. So when he comes and says, what's them? Are them factories?
Chimneys.
No, they're houses. But what? Some people make fire in the fireplace.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. With the coal.
With coal and wood or whatever. So that's where the smoke coming out.
You know, my granddad, my granddad, right? When he came to England, couldn't get any job. He was a welder back in St. Kitts.
Yeah.
They tell him, you can get a job in carrying coal. So, my sister said, carrying coal?
Coal, yes.
And he was very dark. So they said, I won't be able to say. Oh, yes, the ones and them who he worked with, what me, used to make fun of him. You know, because, you know, you're carrying coal and you're going down and you're in the coal, filling the bags and things like that. And they said, we can only, if I light a lamp, I'll have to light a lamp to see it, or I can just see your eyes. That's all I can see. So they used to make fun of him, so he packed it in. So the workman, you know, carrying coal to the different, and you know, them coal were heavy, you know, the sacks.
The bag.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I was laughing because...
And what I couldn't take in when I come, because our house in the West Indies, it's like 4 apartments, you know. 2 is for the bedrooms, whether we sleep together or sleep on the floor, wherever. 1 is like, we call it the living room.
The dining room.
And 1 is where we eating, you know. So when I come here and when John said to me, well, this is the room I built, you know, and I said, well, where's the bedroom? Well, you know, where's it? He said, no, it's the 1 room. You have to live in it, eat in it, cooking it. And I thought to myself, I want to go back home. I can't live. And then the kitchen is there, and other people is 1
Fish
stove.
share. The kitchen.
One stove, and because they're there before you, they're so crafty.
Yeah, they use up all the cooking.
Them time, they had some big penny. I don't know if you know the big pennies there.
Like
I think they, no, a penny.
A penny.
Okay.
I think they went out before you was born.
Yeah.
I remember them.
Eh?
I remember them. I
Yeah,
have some of them saved as well.
They watch you to see when you go and put your penny in the meter. And that bring the gas and the stove.
Oh.
And the stove, them are the same situation like no, you know, some bigger, some small, some, but you have to put that penny in or you don't get no gas.
No.
And some of them will wait until you come from work, put your penny in, and then you put your dinner on. And they come and put their pot on. So sometime before your food cook,
Finish.
the penny finish because somebody is like the 4 burner using, wishing you only using one.
Yeah.
And I was living somewhere, that was then, and this lady had a baby. And you always wait until we who are working, because the one house is like 4 different
Rooms.
family living, like your room, my 2 room downstairs, so 2 live downstairs and 2 might live upstairs. And it had a toilet, but it never had no bathroom.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, and they would wait until who is at work come and start cooking. But this one lady have a baby, and she used to want to put the pail on the stove. I'm cooking. Another lady is cooking. But you're going to put the pail with the baby nappy.
You know what is a pail?
A white thing,
Yeah.
like yes.
Like a bucket, but it's enamel. Yeah.
And she done it like 3 times. And I said to her, the pail don't look good when you have to put it with the baby nappy on the stove with our food cooking.
Of course.
So well, I have to boil them when I can boil them. That I did not easy boiling. And them days, Pampers wasn't in like now. And I've warned her 2 times, 3 times, and it still come back. Bring back, see she coming down with the pail, and then she taking the bigger burner. She always take that big burner where you get the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I say, man, take the pail off the stove when I'm cooking my food. Because I don't want no...
Sandra,
Unhygienic,
unhygienic anyway?
yes.
Unhygienic?
Hygienic, of course.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, and she leave it on. He said, I don't want me, baby. Not with them boil. I said, all right. I mean, wait till she go upstairs and me go in the mat because I was living on the ground floor. But she live on the upstairs. And I open the door and I take the pail and I sling it outside.
I would have do the same too.
So she come downstairs. They hear the noise, because you could hear the noise because the concrete house. I just sling it out after this door. The first body run come down and she. Who tell you to chop a child, not put them outside? Me say, me tell you to take them. No, me not tell you the bad word. I won't say the bad word. No. I tell you, I keep on asking you to take them off. When I finish cook, you do what you like. But let me, if I even want 2 burners, because those days you have to cook in one and you fry. We are not privileged now. We have the oven and the microwave and things, because those things wasn't in. And the husband come down. And when my husband come, they complain to him. So she says, well, Mary, did one of you to take it off, do what you want to do when she's not cooking? And anyway, it's not nice for a pail and a pot to be on the stove same time. So, and she never do it again. If me never try it outside, it
Should continue.
outside.
Sorry, sir, you was going to say something at one point.
No, I was laughing because when she said she sleep on the farm. About 11 years when I first came to Birmingham. I came out my apartment. I was living in Handsworth. So I said, oh, going to church. Came out and I was living by the bus stop. Everybody in the bus stop. And as soon as I came out and take one step, I dropped my
went
ass.
down. It was an embarrassing thing, you know.
I know.
Couldn't get up.
We're not having snow now.
No.
No.
Even to compare to when I was young,
No.
it's much
And the fog.
The
Yeah.
fog.
You couldn't,
fog.
you
don't get
couldn't
that
see
too
you walking and you're just imagining where you're going. When I used to have to go to Snow Hill Station early in the morning because I had to start for 6 o'clock, you know, and I come out and thick fog and where we was living in Grantham Road, there was a wall. So now when I get to the end of that wall,
Yeah, how far you is?
I'm going down the road to go down
Yes.
to catch the bus. So I follow the wall, you know, hold on to the wall, go along.
Yeah.
And then the buses in the fog that just crawl.
Sometimes
Crawl.
I know there was 2 men with the, like you call it, the hurricane lamp and the big ones
Yes.
leading the bus with us in
Oh,
there.
wow.
Eh?
Okay.
Eh?
No, I'm interested in what you're saying.
Yeah, they're leading the bus.
Because I can't see.
They-
Those
they-
of them
because
can't see. The fog.
The fog
see?
is there.
But you
and the
know,
bus driver
it was the chimney that said that with burning the coal that caused the fog. You know? And that's why they stopped.
They stopped.
But you still have my brother-in-law. He have a log fire, and he buys the logs,
the log.
and he put it in the
And
this fireplace that have a glass door,
Yeah.
a modern one, you know.
Okay.
And he bought it, but you practically got to be sitting on top of it to get heat.
So wait for it to warm up and everything. There was this place called Rustie's.
Oh
It was a
yes.
Caribbean
Yeah,
restaurant,
you're
and
the same man.
Soar
we know all
Road.
of them.
Muhammad Ali.
Mahali Center.
Muhammad
That's
Ali
why I
Center.
asked
Yeah,
you.
Muhammad Ali apparently visited. Do any of you remember that?
Yeah, parties,
They
dances
dance,
at Muhammad Ali. Did you ever go there?
No.
No, man,
It was
just
closed,
down,
you closed when I came.
not far from here.
Just in the circle right there.
That was our place, man. But
Hector trying to
I think the
revive it.
building
Is
still
it?
there, ain't it?
Yeah.
the building is
It's
still there. The
still there,
roof, I
but just-
believe, gone.
Yeah, in that.
The dojo
And that was
organization.
Rusty.
Rusty.
And his mother.
Yeah, had
I remember,
a
man,
food
like
shop up
food
Soul
shop,
Road.
Yes.
Where were
And-
they from?
Eh?
Where are they from?
From Jamaica, innit?
Okay.
And there was a club called Rialto. Was it
Yes,
Rialto? What was the
yeah.
other one before that?
Tasha.
Tasha's.
Tasha's.
Or was Santa Rosa?
Santa Rosa.
They got all of them.
Yeah, and it
And
was
the one
one
where-
guy who run it and change up the name. But you know the good thing about that, when you go to that club, you go. I was living in Chelmswood at the time, and I used to leave Chelmswood. The kids were going up then, come over and go 3 o'clock in the day, and you got your nice music playing, and then. When you're hungry, we had a chef there.
You
Boy,
get your dinner.
you'll get everything. Because there was a little restaurant there at the side. And another thing was New Year's Eve and all that. Everybody flock in there,
Go get
you know,
their
and you
dinner.
get you from cow foot to,
All kind of food.
you know.
Eat well.
And if you didn't like what was there, you come out and Rustie's there on the side.
Side, yeah.
With your fried chicken and your saltfish and, you know, them were yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man. But
You know, at first when I came, it was hard. Why I feel it hard, because it's like I've got to live different from how I used to. Because you know, when you have to have everything in one room,
yes,
you know, your
Yeah.
bed and everything just.
bed,
and
living
it was
room, kitchen,
annoying.
everything in one room.
Well, we used to have the paraffin lamp. Probably never get that in here. And we had one that is longo. When it come out that high, and then we put the kettle on it to hot, boil the water, and then you have like a clothes rack around it
To dry the clothes.
to dry it in a bit. And that was conditionally killing me.
We used to have to fight to sit round it when it was
yeah.
cold. We used to get some things that we used to call corned beef.
Life change.
Some red spot between, you know, because you're sitting, you're practically
down on
I
sitting.
had it good in my area, I won't complain.
It wasn't cold.
Oh, yeah. But that's all right. Well,
This one was an unfortunate incident that I learned about many years ago, or not many years ago, about 10 years ago, and you would have lived nearby because you was living in Chelsea Wood, but this is Handsworth riots. Do you remember when that happened?
The riots.
The riots
Oh,
in
yeah,
Handsworth.
I just came.
What,
the
why do you
riot.
think?
It's just right around the corner it was.
Oh, it's from you, right around the corner.
It's right around the corner.
He
yeah.
wouldn't know about it. He was,
No, I was here.
I was living in Lozells.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was living in Lozells. I had run a scheme on Lozelle Street.
Only pity you never get the name of the building. Clean.
But the one
Printer.
that thing, I wasn't. The second one, because I had a second one, didn't I?
That's a picture of the second one.
All right. And I remember I had a ferocious Alsatian. And I went out with the, we call him Bruno. Went out on the road. I'm going up the road with Bruno. And I said, yeah, go on, boy. But I'm the lead, you know. And the men and them, this reporter had his big machine, you know, thing. And this bloke just walk up to him and take the machine off him and walk off with it. I thought, look at that. You know? And then you got gangs that were coming down, breaking in, and I said, if you go into that car, I said, I set my dog on you. young lads.
Yeah.
Young teenager lads. Yeah. But my dog, man, she saved us from a lot of things when I live on houses.
Yeah.
And because
11 years, 10 years? No, more than that. I was
you wasn't in England them time.
No, I just came.
What, 85?
Yeah. When
You was here?
The second riot, that's it.
Oh, the second right was okay. Yes, the newscaster, because like going from here, we always at the background watching what going on because
You were living on Gerrard Street, weren't you?
No, living in Melbourne Avenue, I think.
That's right, yes. Off Gerrard Street.
Yes. So we come down there, but we keep back at the backward, but we look and see what's going. And there's some lads there was a man from London. I forgot. I don't know if it's not the Prime Minister. It was one the top man, you know. He come to see how the place going, and the news, and that newscaster girl, Joanna, no, one of them newscaster girl is still working now. She come with the man, you know, to broadcasting news, and he got some group of boys run after them, you know. Them have to run up the road and they up the car and get them in there.
Yeah, it was not
Yeah,
nice
it
thing
was
at all.
terrible.
It was not nice.
Was it something?
Because there was a post office there.
Yeah.
Remember the man that killed himself in the post office?
It was tragic.
Yeah.
I mean, before he come out and leave, they can replace the money. He protecting the Queen.
When I said
The
they had drugs
Queen.
in there, how much million pound and what's
Well, I don't know about that.
them prefer
Was
killing.
it something you were expecting to happen? Like, was it like?
No.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Because a lot of people say, like, the youth weren't getting opportunities, and maybe that's why they rioted.
But sometimes it's an opportunity. When I lived, there was a lot of young youths. Remember that family that lived on Berners Street? She had all boys. One girl, all boys. They used to terrorize
people.
Lozells. They would steal the cars, and late in the night you hear them roaming about, driving, and then when they finish up the fun, they take the car in the park and light it on fire.
Oh,
Yeah. Sometimes, and I know the lads and them well. I would be on Lozelle and I see the guy come out. He was in and out of prison. And he'll come out, and there was a shoe shop there, this Indian man. I in the shoe shop, and he come in the shoe shop, take off your old trainers, take a pair trainers from off, put it on, and walk out with them. And the owner just stand up and watch him. Because they know how notorious he was, you see. Yeah.
That's really bad.
Never mind.
They used to have the police running up and down for them. No matter how they cordon off the roads and all the roads and them they can get through. They find a way of slipping man. But you know, the one where we thought would be in prison for a long time, which was the older one. He was the one in and out. The younger one, He was so squeaky clean. He ended up spending life in prison.
Oh, wow.
Because he went and hold up a post office with a gun. Eh? He was only 18.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was the quiet one.
I didn't remember your name, because me ear not so good. What's your name?
Daryl.
Oh, Mr. Darrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your bangles, by the way. I think that one of them is a monstration.
This one, yeah.
Did you go there when you got that, or someone bought it back
Yeah, I
for you?
went there and got it.
Okay.
2004 when I went there. All of us, 6 of us went in the family, and all of us got one.
Oh, lovely.
You don't get silver like these now, you know.
And
I mean,
they
I
have
have
been-
I
I've
have
got two of them
silver
myself, like that.
silver bangles, but I
Yeah.
bought them in Dubai
Okay.
when I went to
It's
the
heavy.
the golds.
With the nation on it. And I would really prefer it.
Have you traveled the
I think
Caribbean?
it's
Yeah. I've been to St. Lucia, Antigua,
$300
Martinique,
each.
Grenada, Barbados, St. Vincent,
Really,
Beckwith,
was
St.
that
Thomas,
many?
St. John, been
it's
all over.
about
Been all over.
Oh, you been to St. Thomas?
Yeah, 3 times.
Virgin Islands?
Yeah, my great
You been
aunt.
St. Croix?
He love the hilly place. He love the hilly place. He been his free time.
Yeah, but my great aunt lived there for a long time. She died last year, but she lived there for a long time. So she was from Antigua, and she went to live in St. Thomas in 81. 81 she
Okay.
went to live there. So
Yeah.
whenever we had a wedding or something, we normally had it in St. Thomas, and she lived right by Charlotte Amalie in a place called Tutu Estate.
Okay.
So that's where she lived for a very long
That
time.
Tutu, that was in the country more or less, isn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, go on, go on.
Yeah, because we live near the airport.
Okay, yes, which is on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah. So many plane crash used to happen because, you know, they had a big hill, a big mount. I wouldn't say mountain, it was a hill. When the plane coming, it started from the sea down. But when they're taking off, that had that hill, that have, and the crashes, in the end, they dismantle it.
It must have been
Put
like a
a,
Leah plane or something like that.
Yeah.
A small plane.
yeah, go straight into it, boom.
Gosh.
So the dynamite it and flatten it. Yeah, yeah. But I had fun in St. Thomas. It was good because St. Croix was quieter. But when they had the uprising, the Black Power.
Okay, I'm not aware of that. I'm aware of the story of Queen Mary, like back in the days, like the slavery days when they had the uprising. But I'm not sure.
No.
I'm
The
not
Black
aware
Power,
of that.
Black Power, somewhere around there. But it
1972, I think.
mainly happened in St. Croix.
When was that? What year? What decade was that? Like the 60s?
Sim-
In the
72,
60s, because
late
I was
60s.
living there. I came to England 60s when I went back. I think it was when I went back, you know. Yeah. They used to shoot the white ones them on the beach.
Oh my gosh! Never knew
Yeah,
that.
when they used to go on the
Croix.
beach, they used to not so much St. Thomas, was St. Croix. So the cruise ships them used to stop going there. They stopped going there for a good while until they were certain, you know. But what they did was the whites, if they bought a property near, they used to fence off the beach. No, you can't do that. As a public beach.
Okay.
Right? So they used to tear down the fence, and when they see them, they used to shoot them.
Oh wow!
So that was a no-go
That's
area.
how
St.
they
Croix.
call it Black Power movement.
Yeah,
Yeah. Coming strong.
yeah.
It's only now, you know.
But,
I find England life, it's all right. You know,
Well, compared to some places.
yeah.
I couldn't live in America.
Who said that?
I couldn't live
Who
in
said that?
I
That's
say
fast,
so.
too
I went there
No,
several
yeah.
times.
You love
Several
Miami.
times.
You love Miami.
Maybe I was New York,
She loved
Queens.
Miami.
Queens I used to stay.
She
Queens Village. Queens.
Yeah, you're in New York. That's
Yeah, and my friend, I remember I went there, spent 3 weeks there, and I was so lonely.
Just because they're going to work.
They gone to work. She get up early in the morning. She gone to work. She leave the house, get the girl ready. The husband take her to school, and she gone. I don't see her till 11 o'clock in the night, and I have to stay up because she leave one work. And she
Go
gone
to the
to
other one.
another one and another one. When a weekend come,
finished, tired.
no, She's doing hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
She's
I
an
don't know.
hairdresser by trade. So her customers would come and she would be in the kitchen doing the hair.
I would vouch for Miami.
Well, you vouch for Miami, but
You
nowhere
love-
would I go and
You
live
would
there.
love Miami.
What would she love about Miami?
She would love Miami.
What's good about Miami?
Well, apart from the weather, because the weather is your tropical weather, so that's not. But Miami is not hilly; it's a flat place, and the life that we live there, the Caribbean life that we live at home,
You live there.
we live it there.
Yeah.
You cook the same way, you do the same things, you're at home. And we have the beaches. Beaches are 15 minutes around you. Not like here you drive 2 hours and you still can't get to the beach. No, it's crazy. When I leave it, I'm going to seaside, I get all excited. When I go there, I can't go in the water.
You can't, too cold.
Too cold, too much. Yeah, but Miami, no, you're right there at the beach. Right at the beaches, man. No, but she would love Miami.
Maybe.
Again,
I only stayed on the airport. Went there, stayed on the airport.
And this was the
in
month.
transit, actually going to St. Thomas.
This was the month that you should have been there.
Why?
Remember, it's the weekend, man, the carnival.
Yeah,
Oh.
The whole week, the whole week.
Ours is December, and it's the whole December month. Something's going on. You get all the artists and them, the in the park doing the thing, and then they have music festival in July. That's a big thing. They get all the big artists and them
We
there.
gotta get Burning Flames
Saint
out.
Kitts.
Festival, I think.
We gotta get Burning Flames out.
No,
to retirement.
music festival.
Music festival,
Yes,
You hear
yes.
me? I tell you, we gotta get Burning Flames out to retirement and jam band. Them boys, they used to rock the town.
Yeah, they used to go all over the league.
All
Burning
over.
Flames is still going.
They good, but they're not as strong.
Yeah, it's not as strong. No way. It's no way. It's
Not
as
as
strong.
strong, man.
Yeah. But the
Jam
Christmas,
band.
man, Christmas is the thing because they start celebrating from November until January.
I think Montserrat's at Christmas as well.
Yeah, that's. I was telling that at the time of the year, the masqueraders come out.
They celebrate everything down
dance.
there.
That's right.
House to house to house. But no, when I was there 10 years ago, they didn't do it. The way that we used to do it then. At the tribe, but they go door to door.
Yeah, that's what they used to do in St. Kitts. But now they go to where the cruise ship comes in. And they stand there and they play the music and they perform and think, I think I have a picture with me standing between one of them legs. But good. The best part of Christmas I like there is Juve morning. We used to call it back then baby doll
Okay.
pajama. You go out and you dress up in your pajama. I think they still do a bit
They
of
still
it,
do.
you know. But you go to a dance, and then when that dance, when you don't go home, you go to a place where they paint you up, put on a T-shirt and they
Mud mask,
thing,
we do mud mask.
and that's Juve morning, and you dance till 12 o'clock, and then when you dance till you're wet and you're sweating,
tired.
you go up by the place we got a square, and the fire truck come out. And they
Wet it down.
wet you down. Everybody
The mud mask is nice.
Fun,
Until you get a chance. Man, I can know they still do it in Miami, but I like to think mud mask. Mud mask just have on you in the waves and they mud you up, mud you up.
I didn't like that. They do it, but nobody ain't gonna mud me up. I put on my T-shirt and they, mark it up, and that was about it. Yeah.
All right, sister.
Going.
Carry on with it.
Oh, no, we finished now.
Yeah, kind of pretty much finished. I'm just.
Where were you in the early?
I'm
So
very.
you're telling your old stories.
Yeah, talking about the West Indies,
Yeah,
life in
that
the
the
West
whole
Indies, and when we
story.
came here, you know. Yeah, but
The last question I would ask, and it's just a short question, is, well, what did you miss the most when you came here? What did you miss the most? Because you must have missed something.
Because I miss my family. I wanted to go back.
Oh, that's a good
When I see
question.
the snow and everything, I miss my family.
I miss the Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And Christmas, yes. Because up here, the government have nowhere that we could say, well, they're gonna have something there for Christmas, so you could dress up and go and spend your Christmas there.
That's right.
If you don't play your own music in your house
That's
or
it.
whatever, it's
Too
nothing.
cold to go anywhere else.
I tell you.
So when I travel, I used to travel a lot, go back to St. Kitts every year. I'd go in December. Got 5 weeks. And I was working then. Again, lies came into it. Because every time you have to go away for more than 3 weeks, you have to write a letter. I don't know how many uncles and aunties I never killed me. I'm going to a funeral to me aunt. And then I said, what was it? You say, you're killing off all your aunties. I'm on to you, you know. So I had to come up with a different, I had to go for me 3 weeks. I used to go for 4 and 5 weeks, 3 weeks. You enjoying yourself? That was the best part I like about
Yeah,
it.
I did miss home for the couple first years. I did miss my mom and me sister, them and me. The family you miss.
Left behind.
Yes, and you miss when Christmas, you know within yourself what is going on down there. But you can't take part of it, and then you have
And
to
but
run.
the thing is, they don't know what's going on with you. They know you're there.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
they don't know if you eat or who you're sitting.
Yeah.
So,
But mine was here, my gran was here, my mom was here,
So you wasn't too
sisters
bad.
and
Can't
brothers were
remember
here.
missing anything there.
You can't remember. You was keen to go. Were you keen to leave?
Oh man, more than keen.
But I suppose I get used to it after. Take me a couple of years.
But why were you more than keen?
Well, like I say, it's an area that every day is the same thing.
Okay.
The same people, the same thing.
Where was this, in Montserrat?
Montserrat.
Oh,
So I was in this area called Harris's. And it's out in the country. You know, so when you get up, you're just doing the same basic things.
Family.
You know, so when you keep, when I came out, I was
Family.
17 going to 18.
Big
So
village,
we're
but
excited.
they're mostly family.
You know, because you don't make the cricket team, you don't make the football team, you don't make the, you know, you're down there. The ones that's up there is the ones that make it. And your grandparents and that man is no good, they don't talk, you don't make it.
Oh wow. It's that bias kind of.
It's a bias thing. You know, so my grandfather used to run part of the government. Every weekend they come and he dish out money for them and whatever he does for the government people. And so he had a lot of enemies to a point. So everything that we turn around, we get our butts whooped. You know, we always in a fight, always in this. So when I came out, I was excited. When I first came I went straight to Miami. So when I got to Miami, I was in heaven's land. It was wide open.
Yeah, I can
It
imagine.
was wide open, so I started running and started doing things.
well, I wasn't in the village, I was in town. So everything was around me.
Was that Basseterre?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, so
Well,
you
Basseterre or
make-
Charlestown? Where are you? In
Charlestown is Nevis.
Nevis, yeah. So you were living.
Nevis, I couldn't stand Nevis.
Oh wow.
Now, Nevis was, my word, you got to bed at 6 o'clock. 6
They got to
o'clock.
bed at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Everything locked down.
Everything locked down, and your
Everything
nearest
locked
neighbour,
down.
where my grand used to send me up there for my 6 weeks holiday, school holiday. I used to hate it with a passion. And the auntie that I was staying with, she had vast land, and the nearest house, your nearest neighbour house, was like from here to the other side of the park. You know what I mean? But didn't like it. I mean, even now I still don't like it. I can't wait to get to the boat to come back.
I know someone that goes there 3 times a year. And
Wow.
They love it for some reason. But that's partly because her sister works for British Airways.
Oh,
so
she
she
gets
gets
a
a
flight for
like,
cheap.
very, very cheap. Like £150 sometimes.
Oh,
Which is crazy.
this crazy.
It's very, very crazy.
You go for Christmas now when you're talking about £800?
Yeah. Or more, probably more.
Or
than that.
more?
More than that. Oh, we are with Eric anyway.
Okay.
They say direct, but it's not direct.
direct, 'cause you have
You
to go to
stop off in
Antigua or something,
Antigua and you wait about 2 hours when they.
You see them?
Yes, direct if you go straight. I used to argue and I said, "Oh, we come here, we have to stop off in Antigua."
See you later.
And you said direct. They said, "Well, you're just changing, you know,
Later.
getting change, cleaning the plane. You stay on the plane. Once ago, we used to get off and stay in the airport, but now they don't do that. You stay on the plane while they
They're cleaning.
clean it and move things around, and then other passengers come on and they go on to St. Kitts. You know.
Never mind.
I could remember one time when
When you come down, I thought it was just St. Kitts, and then you stop there again.
Eh?
I think they do some direct flights there now because I think St. Kitts has got an international airport now.
we have an international. They have planes come direct from America. Yeah, they go straight in, and Canada.
Oh, but BA will make that stop, won't they?
Yeah, British
they
Airways
always
would
do.
you know. We used to have planes that go straight into St. Monarch. One of them, but then they went bust. They go straight. That was we thought, oh, good. You don't have to stop off and think. They went straight in. But they went.
Wasn't a fan of hanging that BC
That's
bird.
that's right. Yeah.
No, man, but the life is different. It's a very different life.
So you like it? You like it here now? Or you say we go back to Miami?
Miami.
You love Miami. I can tell you love Miami. He's got the hat on there.
Miami. Any day, anytime.
Any day,
Miami.
anytime.
And is it baseball you like?
You looking at my hat there?
Yeah.
Miami Marlins.
That's the Dolphins, I think.
No, the Dolphins are different.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
what's the Dolphins?
The Dolphins, the football team.
Well, he's got that little kind of animal.
Yeah, this one is the Marlins for the baseball team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the Heat is the basketball.
Yeah, the Heat. You're like Miami's ambassador.
Right.
But you're more Miami than Montserrat. Yeah, I can tell you want to go, so I'm not going to hold you back. But I'm very appreciative and thankful. So because you don't
take the time to talk to us.
No, it's good, man.
Yes.
I would talk to you all day if I could, but we will.
No, there's so much to talk about. I could reminisce.
I'd even touch on some of the stuff I would
I
love to
know,
touch on.
reminisce on some of the old days and that.
'Cause I know.
You know.
Let's have a look at that.
Oh no, it's just the clock. Remember the clock?
The clock in
Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Yeah.
We've got one in
The
St.
volcano
Kitts.
buried it
The
now.
green one though, isn't it?
Yes.
That green.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. All right.
That's in the middle of town.
Yes. If they want to go up there to set it, they have to get a ladder, or scaffolding to reach it.
Yeah, well, the volcano
When I
fixed
went
that.
home
Is it?
2004, and the rubble that come down, because I went after the volcano, and you could have just walk upon the volcano and touch and the dust, the rubble, what they call it.
The ash.
Ash. You don't see nothing like that. All you could have just barely see
Everything
is
full.
the clock and that little peak. It feel all around it. And you see the men them there just go up and touch the clock.
So is it still like that?
Yeah.
What they did, they dig it out, clean it up, and they got it, they got that little place they call the museum, where they have the special things there. And they have it in there. So it's not there now, because
No, I wasn't
the
there.
ash,
Only that is buried, man.
Do you remember that?
is
That's the public market.
that was
apparently.
in the town.
Used to carry peas and things on that.
Is that the market down there? I went home first, and there was the market.
Kelsick.
Big market like Bull
Across
Market.
from
They have
Kelsick,
different
the
stores.
market.
And this
and the
lady
prison.
is selling you things, and you go around and you look, and so she want me to buy something, and I says no, I don't want it because my brother bought everything, and mommy buy everything because she know where that I'm coming, and I said to her, no, he said, lady, would you like a packet of them? I said, no, thank you, because my mom bought some for me home. He said, you go away from there. You see how the snow melt out your head. I was sweating, you know, because it was hot. He said, if you go away.
They could always tell when we come from England. The foot swell up.
We sweat.
The foot them swell up. And they said, they find out now.
Yeah.
I said, English, they find out. And you know what used to annoy me is when you go, we had a place called Brimstone Hill, where the British and the thing
I'm glad you have it.
went use as a lookout for when the warships, you know, the enemy coming in, so they could paramount view, so they could fire. We still have the big old canyon, and you know, up there. And when we used to go up there to visit, we had to take the 100 steps. 100 steps, we walk up there. I mean, as a child, we used to. And they used to charge us. I mean, I started talking, saying it's something. So I said, how much tickets on them? As soon as I said that, he said, oh, you're English. I said, look, I was born here. He said, but you're not living here, so I have to pay the full price. Where the who living there, right, pay half price. I said, that's not fair. I said, right? I said, not fair at all. But the story I'm going to tell you about that, this Brimstone Hill, my mom, this is what I'm getting from my mom. My grand tell me, my mom tell me, but my mom was there. They went and they used to have outings. They'll go out for the day. So they'll get a truck, an open truck, and they'll go up. The truck will stay down on the bottom part because you have to go up a hill, really, and steps. And she said, it started to drizzle. And everybody panicked. She said, I went down in the truck because I didn't want to be in it. And everybody trying to get through this door, a door to shelter. And it's over 100 people got stampeded that day, just for a little drizzle of rain. Yeah? And she said, it's a good job I went down, otherwise you wouldn't have been here. She said, I went down, I played safe and went and sat in the truck.
Gosh.
Yeah, some of her friends that was with her, they got stampeded. Yeah. That was one of the tragic thing back in the days. But I wasn't born yet.
Yeah. St. Kitts has had quite a few things. Remember they had the thing with Anguilla? It was they didn't want to annex the islands together.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
I know that caused quite a few riots as
That's
well.
right. That's right.
That was
Yes.
a bit
It used to be
crazy.
St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla. Not anymore. St. Kitts, Nevis. Nevis want to pull away because they think so they, you know, they're made now. You know, which, you know, a lot of the tourists, them, when they come from America, they go head straight for I don't know if it's a tranquil environment there. It's not build up.
It's not fast.
It's still laid back. Even in the town, you know, the old buildings, the old shops, still laid back the same way. You know, all the old colonial buildings and things around. They go straight to Nevis. Just take a little plane and fly over to Nevis, or to take the boat and go.
Whilst you was there, did Cicely Tyson ever come to Nevis or St. Kitts? Because I know her parents were from Nevis.
Nevis.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Is that an actor, Cicely?
Yeah, she's like 94 now. She's from America. But
She alive still?
Yeah, she's
She's
alive.
alive doing her thing.
She's still
Okay,
going.
okay.
Yeah.
But you know, which one of them is Lord Nelson that married in Nevis?
Okay.
In Nevis, there. I think it was Lord Nelson, you know. But they have a house. They live there in Nevis.
It's like an old house that's been there.
That's
since
right.
Lord Nelson lived in it.
That's right. Married there.
Yeah. It's interesting.
But Nevis was one of the islands that was more richer than all the islands because it had cotton, it had sugar cane, right? and things like that.
Like St. Kitts was known for like having a large amount of sugar as well, because they called it Sugar City at one point. didn't
Sugar
they?
City.
Sugar
But
City.
that's all that has done now.
Faded out. All
They've,
the cane gone.
the factories, they're rotting, and the canes, they've cut down most of the cane fields to build houses.
Build houses.
You know, which is a shame, really, because it was an income for the poor people and them, you know. When
They're doing the same thing in Jamaica.
crop
Pushing
time
on.
and they get the bonus and things like that.
Pushing on the land and build houses.
Building houses, you know. Even going up into the mountains now, and they said that's where they get a lot of erosion, because they're cutting down the trees, you know.
It damages
And damaging the soil. We have a place we call the gut. When it rains, it's like a river bursts, and it runs straight through the town and bring down everything with it: trees, houses, cattle, a lot.
Also, you had a railway as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Railway.
Sugar train, they call it, and it goes round. I think they're expanding more on that now, because this new Prime Minister is really going to town and pushing, you know, the tourism. And we have quite a few whites as well. They're taking up the rich land up in the mountain, because we predominantly live round the edge. Don't have no houses as such. Only the well-to-do ones, and then we'll go higher and higher up in the mountain, build their houses. But the Canadians, the Americans, they come in. We have a place I call, we never got there. The men and them who used to take the cattle. But then the Canadians, I think, and Americans, they built a road to go over.
Okay.
Right? Now, when I went there 3 years ago, before that, the stones and them some big rocks used to come down, even though they had something to guard, you know, to stop it. So when I used to drive, I said, oh my God, I got to, you see me put my foot down, you know, because I thought, God, if this rock come down to me, you know, it was a scary experience. It was like it was a different world. But now they built a tunnel.
Okay.
Yes, they built a tunnel going over. Now they have over there, we used to call it, St. Kitts was built like a cricket bat.
Okay.
All right.
You know?
You mean, yeah.
The little, at the
shape.
end of it, it's shaped like a, yes, peninsula. That's it. So you can take a barge from there and go straight over to Nevis.
Okay. How long does it take? Like an hour?
Just under an hour. Some of they got speedboats that can take half an hour. Yeah. But what a lot of them do, when they go on a cruise, and I told my sister, she's gone on one, and said, look, whatever you do not go over to Nevis, because the last time I remember I was in, and some people went over to Nevis, and the boat was late coming back to St. Kitts, and they nearly missed the boat, because I was looking over, and I was going, hey. They already took the steps and everything. That to lower it back down. Yeah. I said, you won't do that again, will you? Yeah. And also, when we have Christmas, you have all the parades, all the thing, and they block the road. So when they go over to the beach, which is right in the middle of where they had to come in from taxi, they had to walk, and sometimes you see them running, going to... because the taxi can't get away. Yeah. I don't know when I'll be going back there, because my health's not so wonderful.
It's a long flight.
It is 8 hours.
9 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I have cousins and friends and family that go from like New York, and it's like only 3.
Yeah.
It's easy. They go-
From Miami, it's only 2 hours. 2 hours? Is it 2 or 4 hours?
5 hours.
5 hours from Miami.
5
It's
hours.
got to be shorter, I'm sure.
No, it's about 4.
5.
5. Oh, okay. I thought it would be shorter because it's Miami. Miami's
5
like
hours.
on the court. It's on the cusp of the Caribbean.
Right there, but it's just I don't know where around your boat, but
Maybe it's to do with air traffic and other
Yeah,
things.
we get a lot of people from Miami and New York flying for Christmas. That's a must for Christmas in St. Kitts. They love the vibes.
And I love the food.
I love it too, man. I can't go.
The food as well. The fried fish there.
Yeah.
Like saltfish.
Bajan.
Yeah.
I want my tonkan, man.
Where do I live?
Where do you live?
I
Yeah.
live in North London, which is
Oh, you live in
basically-
London, okay.
Yeah.
Near to Tottenham.
Yeah, to Tottenham, which is
Okay.
Edmonton, right next to
That's
Tottenham.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stratford is my area.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not
Hope you
too...
get on well with what you
Yeah,
trying to
interviewed about 40 people. I can even
Oh, good.
that.
prove.
Yeah, so like I was saying to you, I interviewed that cricketer, I've interviewed the orthopedic surgeon, I've interviewed people in Leicester, the gentleman that
you've been
owned.
around
I
any?
interviewed a guy from St Kitts who
Yeah.
does carnival stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like the big wings.
Yes,
and all that
yes.
stuff. And I
Yeah.
met him by accident. I went into a place in London, we started talking, and I told him I was coming to Leeds, and he invited me to come to his workshop. And it was nice because he works with his son and his grandson, so they're all in the same building.
And where is he from?
He's from St Kitts.
Ah.
His name's Hubon. I'd forgotten his second name. I
Hubon.
can show you it's like quickly, but if I can. If
So
I've got
when you
this-
plan on coming back this way?
Whenever I've got a reason to, really, I come to Birmingham quite often. I come like 3 or 4 times a year, so it's not like.
Born and raised in Birmingham,
Birmingham, what's your family from?
My
Birmingham.
dad was born in Jamaica and my mum was born in Birmingham as well.
Birmingham, okay.
Then both sides of grandparents Jamaican.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your? If you had to say you're proud of someone from Birmingham, a black person, who would you say is your person you're most proud of?
You know what's funny? The other day, I went to the Black History book launch or whatever it was. I seen Dr. Truman from EastEnders. I didn't know that he was from Birmingham.
Is it?
Not that I'm particularly proud of him, but it was nice to see him
Yeah.
there and
Yeah.
he was
Okay.
supporting. But this from Birmingham, who would I say I'm proud of? There's a rap artist, Lady Leisha. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
of course. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
from-
Her family's from St Kitts. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She's from
really?
Birmingham.
But yeah, definitely good music and she's doing quite well. So
You're
I would
proud.
say,
You're proud of her rather than Jamelia.
come on, pop.
But I mean, her essence, her personality.
I'm still going to stick with Lady Leisha.
No, that's cool. It's your choice, isn't it? But I think she's done very well, hasn't she?
Definitely both have to be honest, but I don't know. I like Jamelia because obviously she's got natural hair and she stands out for not fitting to the stereotype for people on TV, which I kind of agree with as well. But yeah.
Yeah.
I need to think about that question more and
I just realised there's a lot of history here. Like there's a lot of,
Definitely.
like, especially like you had the what you called, even though it's West Brom, it's still Midlands.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you
Yeah.
had Cyril Regis and Laurie
Definitely.
Cunningham and
It's really
Brendan
nice.
Ratson and
Yeah.
people like that. Like
Well,
that was
and
quite
there is
iconic.
quite a lot of musicians,
Yeah.
like when you say like Pato Banton as well from Birmingham, UB40.
Steve Pauls
Yeah,
and all that, eh?
definitely.
Yeah.
And Rustie, is it Rustie Lee
Rusty.
from Birmingham?
Rusty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Home cook. I heard she had a shop in Hockley.
Yeah, on Handsworth.
She and her
Handsworth
mom
Road.
did
Yeah.
Sower
Sower
Road,
Road. I was just telling him about Tasha's when we had
that.
Tasha's.
Tasha.
When we leave Tasha's, we go and we buy fried chicken and dumpling and thing, and we go on home.
I heard about those days. I was being babysat when my mum was going to Tasha's night out. We used to leave from there, and Dumdie's Caribbean, they would open earlier. So if you wanted your soup and your porridge and them things
Whatever.
there, you can leave the club, go to Dumdie's, buy a little dinner, and then go.
We had Rusty's.
Oh,
And we had a cook in Tasha's,
okay.
and you don't have to go nowhere to eat. You
Right
cook
there.
from
Table
goat
and cheese.
water,
Oh gosh.
you know,
Table and
right?
cheese.
Yes, right, and peas
And
and your
manish
chicken
water,
and your
what it is
mutton
there.
and things like that. Even the cock soup, which I didn't realize. I thought was little dumplings. When my friend said, "Oh, try this," and I said, "Oh, it got little spinners in it." And then she told me, she said, I said, "Oh God, no, please." I couldn't let that pass.
Never mind.
I'll eat the tripe.
I don't mind, you know, if I have tripe and beans, I'm a person, give me 2 pieces of tripe, just 2 little pieces, just to set, if it's chicken, just 1 chicken foot. I don't want whole heap of chicken foot on the tripe.
Now the chicken foot I can't deal with it. My gran used to fry up that, season it up and fry it up, and she'll sit.
Kentucky if you want it.
She sit, and you know they make all them things in New York, innit?
What do you mean?
All the fried gizzard and all that.
Miami too.
Yes.
Chicken gizzard, chicken liver, chicken the works, man.
Yeah.
Are you vegetarian or?
I'm not vegetarian. I eat
Okay.
chicken. I eat certain things, but I'm not really on the chicken foot thing.
Okay.
And
No.
the cow foot thing. I'm not.
No. Oh, yes, cow foot. Oh,
Cow skin,
I had
man.
to limit myself on that because I have high cholesterol, and they said it raises your, I don't know what in it, but I know one bloke that has an allotment of Vincent Green, but they're taking it over now. That man will buy cow foot till it comes through his nose. He'll buy it, and he said, I'll buy cook a big pot of it, and it lasts me 7 days. I have it for me breakfast.
No, sir.
I have it for me
It's
dinner.
enough for me.
Yeah. He said, because it's very rich, isn't it? And Clyde.
And Clyde.
Yeah. But if you have it now and then, you don't mind. But it's nice, especially with your butter beans and your little arms.
That cow foot is mostly gluey.
Yeah.
And you can't eat too much.
No, man.
Or it, you know, it glue you.
Clyde up here inside drinking more
That
water
lady.
than anything.
Listen, you remember that
Cynthia. Yes. She was like that, man.
She cooked two cow foot. You see, only 2 make up today because them picnic are come. And she cook it and bone it out. When you cook it, bone it
Take
out.
out the one and you left with the skin.
Left with the skin and everything.
Yeah.
And put in it, mostly dumpling or peas or whatever you put in it, fix it up. And she eat it for 2 days. The other day after, she can't go to toilet. No, it's true. It's true.
He'd bind her up.
Millie take her up.
That doctor.
That doctor up there.
Yeah, another one.
And the medicine they give where she get free from her doctor
she had to pay for it
tummy
from
and
him.
hurty and he can't go out.
Yeah.
And the medicine
making your digestive
he
system.
get free from the doctor. You ever pay Dr. Harris? I think Harris.
Dr. Harris.
£100.
And the rest.
And still
And
go
the
to the
rest?
chemist.
And she had to buy the medication. Yeah.
It costs
And that-
£100 for the medication.
Just to see him.
Just to see. Yeah.
Okay.
That's private.
And then prescribe the medication.
And she had the same thing that she got from her doctor, free. And it's still not doing no good that she end up in hospital. And when the X-ray and they noticed that her intestines stick together.
Is that the glue? The gluey
Stuck
thing in
together
the cow
inside
foot.
of her.
Yeah.
They must give her something to
Wash
It out.
clean her
it
out.
out.
So I
Well,
don't
this
know if
man
she's
I
still-
know, he's still going.
I don't know if she's still.
He's still going. He got sore foot, but like ulcerated foot, he's still going. He said, they ain't gonna stop me from eating my cow foot. Breakfast, dinner.
Weekend is good, man.
I'm not so much.
Weekend is good, man. Not every day.
Milton will eat it every day.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Milton will eat it every day. Yeah.
It's not good at all.
No.
It's too rich.
But you know, back in St. Kitts, what we used to call goat foot.
Oh, them are born.
But the Indians and them don't have it in the shop. They call it.
Me just cut me after them coming at
But we call it something goat water. Goat water. And you have everything inside of it. Everything from the goat tribe to the
Oh, managed water.
leaf, call it goat water.
Manage water.
I say we call it goat water. Yes.
No, goat water we only use the river.
And the head. And then, no, we call it goat water in St. Kitts. No, manage water.
Wow.
But I know you lot do it, a specialist in it.
Yeah, we just use the whip spot.
The cook, what in Montserrat is meat, the leg. The leg
But you
part
use
of
the young lamb in it, the young goat in it.
That young. It's meat, it's just meat.
Just me one
You
good.
know, then they cut it up.
But the ram
But
goat
it's
is
mostly
better.
the leg
Oh God, please.
and the shoulder.
So is it more fleshy or bone?
Yes.
Fleshy.
Fleshy, yes. They do. And they used to cook it in a
Kerosene tin.
kerosene tin.
In other words, you get we call it kerosene, but it wasn't, it was really the butter.
Butter, yes.
That used to
butter
come,
tin.
stand about that high,
and
and then when it got to the shop and they scoop it up because they used to sell it in like, can I have an ounce of butter? You know? And then when that now you wash it out and you scrub it out
And
and
you
you
keep it for
put your-
all the goat water.
on
in.
the wood fire.
My mom used to cook it, but I never cook anyway. I never used to cook.
No,
I
my mom,
eat, but
me
not
used,
cooking.
I used to look after my grandkids when she was in
cool.
hospital. I used to have to look after
I
my
used to have to
mom,
wash up. I do the washing up.
wash and cook. Eh? Man.
Alright, let me set you up, man.
Well, thank you for
Good
coming as well.
evening.
Thank you.